Hello, hello. Welcome, guys. I'm Marcy Billen. I'm a real estate agent here in Oklahoma, and you are on my regular uh bi-monthly, is that right? Twice a month show. Okay, here we go. So once a month on this show, I have been going through houses and shopping for houses with you. And today I have some different things that I'm going to point out, and I want to talk through in a bunch of these houses on like things I would not that would cause me not to buy a house. So like, yeah, like I probably wouldn't buy that house because of this, etc. So you guys seem to like watching me look at houses, which shouldn't surprise me, I guess, because you just scroll on Zillow at night. Is that right? A lot of people do this. I do not, but I think it's because I look at houses every single day. So I'm excited to look at all the new listings with you today and talk about all the things that come up that cause me to say, I don't know if I'd really buy that house or not. So let's get going. And we'll talk through a bunch of other stuff too. But anyway, I'm Marcy Billen. I'm a real estate agent here. Like I said, I do have a newsletter that I would love for you to join. It is linked in my description, so you'll be able to find that. So please get on there and sign up because I like my newsletters, and I don't know, you might too. So get on it. All right. Earlier I was like, so this is my normal camera. Okay. And I had it on. I use this all the time. I had it on and I was like, man, it looks so bad. And like it's dark now at this hour instead of light because we're in the end of daylight savings time. And so I said, let me try my other camera. So I did, and this works a lot better, probably because it's not 12 years old, because that's how old my other camera was. And I didn't realize it because I just been using it for literally so long, like an insane amount of time. Okay, so here we go. I'm going to share my screen. I feel like my voice is now scratchy. The drink that I have tonight is water, and I would have chosen something different. I don't think I have anything else. I might have. No, I just had electrolytes last night. So my drink tonight is only water. So we're going to share screen here with you guys. I want entire screen, I think. Do I? I don't. Okay. We're just going to do this window. And I'm feeling pretty upbeat. I hope you are too. I'm really glad that you're here with me. Like, this is, I do look forward to this. Next week, obviously, I don't know if it's obvious or not, I won't be having this because I'm going to be at my parents' house and they have really crappy internet. So it's probably not going to work. But today we have this. The next week I'll be gone, and then we'll have 2 in December, and then it will be the new year. Yay. Okay. All right. So what happens every day is we get new listings on the market here in Oklahoma City. And so as real estate agents, we tend to go to the our dashboard on our MLS, and we go ahead and take a look at all the new listings. And literally, like, you're gonna laugh, but here we go. This is how fast I scroll through them. And I'm looking for very specific things. We're not doing that. We're not scrolling through them that fast because that was terrible. I look through them super fast. But I have a few in here. There's 70 houses in here, and we're not looking at all of these specifically. I have a few in here, though, that I really want to talk through a little bit and show you like why I would buy them or why I wouldn't buy them, and talk through these 5 reasons that I have written down on like why I wouldn't buy some of these houses. All right, so drop your questions. I want questions. Please ask me questions because it's more fun, because otherwise I'm just sitting here talking to myself. And I do that all the time, but I think it's better if you ask questions as well. So anyway, this house just came on the market a few minutes ago. And I thought it was a really, really good one to start with because it's one that I would tell someone to buy immediately. Like I would be like, yeah, go and buy this house. And not just everyone, like it wouldn't work for everyone, but there are a few different reasons why. So in order to show you this on the map, I'm going to do this so that we can see it. Okay. So this is all of the areas I check for brand new listings, and I probably need to move that out a little bit because I don't work everywhere necessarily, but these are the areas that I check. And so what we're going to do, so here's this house. Just want to show you this on the map. This is one of the areas that people ask me for all the time, all the time. And the reason is this, it's still like a lot of property with some acreage. Like this one's on 1 acre, I believe. It's very close to Kickapoo. This is the Kickapoo Turnpike. It's 1, 2, 3, 4, 4.5 miles from I-40, and then 1, 2, 3 miles from Highway 62 to get in easily to Oklahoma City. So that's why. Okay, so let's look a little bit closer at this location because, guys, location is everything whenever we're talking about real estate. I feel so weird, like I'm not being mirrored, but anyway, it's fine. Oh man, location is everything, literally everything. So let's take a look at the location of this house. My first point, well, no, it's not my first point. One of my points is not buying homes next to roads. And this is not for everyone. This point, like, a lot of people buy a home next to a busier road because sometimes you just can't get away from that. Like it's just going to happen if you're living in a bigger city. But this is not a big city. This is a little bitty city. So we can see where this lot is. So it is a corner lot and it's really awesome. And so that's one of the reasons I want to talk about this. But that's one thing I would not buy is a home right next to a road. So especially in a town like this, like I might do it in Norman or I might do that in Oklahoma City, just depending, because it's really hard to get away from that. But in this specific town, I would not. My cat is really upset about life and me talking to you and not to her. So just know that she is coming. She is right here. She's trying to jump and she's mad because this is in the way. So cheers. Okay, so this is on Love Lane. First of all, an amazing name for the street. 1539 square feet. This is 1 acre. It is a 3-bedroom, 2-bathroom, and it does have a shop, which I know is amazing. It's a 24 by 30 insulated shop. Like this is a gold. This is gold, and it's $285,000. So it's under $300,000, which is kind of unheard of. But this is a really cool spot, and it does have a really nice fence around it as well. That doesn't like make you like. It's not a stockade fence or a privacy fence, which blows over really easily. So I thought the front of this one was really cute. Trees in the front yard, and you can see that shop. I really like the fall colors that we've been having. Oh, my cat just threw her food on the ground. That's wonderful. So you can see how this one's on a corner lot, but the house is set really far back. So that's always really nice. And then you can see the driveway into the shop and then this little pergola that they have out in the yard. So I was like, whenever this came on the market right before we came on air together, I was like, oh, this house is amazing. It's amazing. Look at my cat's tail. So, so this is a really good one. Moving on. Next up is this house in Rivendell. I just want to show you really quick where this house is located. And we're going to check its location so that you can see what I'm talking about. All right. And it's going to be over here. There it is. See it? So this is Will Rogers Airport, so the airport, and then this here is the house itself. So this is in South Oklahoma City. I like this location because you're really close to literally everything, and South Oklahoma City kind of feels like its own town a lot of the time. It's in Cleveland County, typically, and it's just like kind of off, by itself. I like it. It's nice. Okay, so here's this house. You can see Rivendell, and yeah, what is that? Lord of the Rings? Yeah, Lord of the Rings. So that's what that is named after. Lots of very large homes in here. So you can see where this one is. It's almost on that cul-de-sac, so not a very busy street at all. So really hidden in this neighborhood. So not next to a road at all, which is awesome. So another point I want to get to, and I'm not saying this about this home at all, I thought it was pretty nice when I saw it, is I usually go ahead and take a look at how the house has been maintained or like taken care of. Because if something has been like not taken care of for a really long time, then a lot of other problems seem to compound. And that's not very fun. Okay, so what that means is, well, first of all, I probably would have fired this photographer. But it's okay because they don't all look crazy, but they just don't seem like the best photos I've ever seen in my life. This has a 3-car garage. The brick isn't red. The backyard is very flat. That back fence is really high. So let's see how well it's been taken care of. It has a sunroom on the back, which is really nice. And then it also, yeah, I wonder what their goal was with the sunroom and if it has screens or not, because you don't always want to like bake. Maybe it's just like a greenhouse for their plants. I love the white walls in this house. I think that helps kind of bring it up to present day. And then it has plantation shutters in the front, which is pretty common in this style of house. Lots of windows, very white on the inside. I am not sure if I'm loving the gray floors, but I get why they did it. Okay, fireplace, corner kitchen, black study, but this house is quite beautiful. And then they have the blue cabinets. How interesting. I would venture to say that this home has been very well taken care of. That is my guess because it looks like the work has been done very cleanly in this house. I could be wrong because I'm not inside the house, but that is my guess. I really like that tile floor. Well, that's really nice. Okay. All right. I will a nice little sitting room area. Oh, that's a perfect spot to read. That's exactly what I would do in that spot. Okay. So that is like a standalone tub. My brain just like, woo. And then still it's very gray in here. I might have added some like different colors, but that's my opinion. And okay, really large black tile around the shower. It's just very gray, black, gray, black, gray, black. So I would venture to say that this home has been very well taken care of. That is my guess here. So I thought it was great. Let me know what you think. I would love to hear your comments. All right, next up, I'm not going to go over this next one. This Crystal Gardens at Greenbrier is, has a gate, which a lot of homes in this South Oklahoma City kind of do have a gate. And then I tend to notice like retirees living there, which is fine. It's great. This is a 2-bedroom little house. Yeah. A little bit dated, but you can tell it's very clean. So that's nice. Let's move on to the next one here. This is one that clients tend to like ask me a lot about this area and these neighborhoods. So I want to bring a few things up. And this doesn't really go into, like, any of my reasons why I wouldn't buy a house because I think this is a really good spot. Probably the biggest thing for this house is the location, and I'm gonna show you where it is because, it looks closer than it is, I would say. Yeah, I would say it looks closer than it actually is. Okay, so if you can see this, I know that it's a bit tough. Let me change it to a map. There we go. Is that better? So here we have Norman. So Norman is the town that I live in. And then we have Blanchard, which is, it takes me, I don't know, 25, 30 minutes to get to Blanchard. And then we have this little town called Middleburg. And then there's all of these houses out here in Middleburg. So that's where this house is. And all of the roads are typically in the neighborhoods are going to be gravel, but these are brand new houses and they're really cute and they're under $300,000. And to me, there's really no reason why you wouldn't want to live out here, except if you wanted to be close to town because it's really not. But a lot of people don't, and that's fine. Like if you want something a little bit more secluded, but want a nice neighborhood, then this is where you need to be. So let's take a look at this one. So this one is a 2018 build, 1,320 square feet. It does have a 20 by 20 shop, which is a really big deal, and it's almost an acre. So this is, oh yeah, and that school district is only K through 8. I went to a K through 8 school, not that one, a different one. I liked it. It feels very like homey and small town, so that's really cool. Okay, so this is, like I said, almost an acre. So we'll be able to see that a little bit. And there's no trees. There's no trees out here, but it's really nice. There's no trees. So here we have the interior. So those gray walls, and then it still has the natural looking floor, which I really like. Very tiny fireplace. I've been in a lot of these houses. But yeah. Okay, so they did a stained concrete kitchen floor, and it still has like it looks like a granite countertop, so that's really nice. Okay, so kind of open, kind of not, which means that you have more cabinet space, which is cool. So these rooms are going to be pretty small because it's 1,300 square feet, so please keep that in mind. One of the biggest gripes I get about neighborhoods like this is that the roads inside the neighborhood are gravel. And when I say they're gravel, they are gravel forever and ever. So please know that. I have a really nice fence on this one. And then we want to see the shop. There it is. So not huge, but the house isn't huge. So it kind of makes sense that the shop will be small. It kind of makes sense. Oh, they didn't even show us the inside. Dang it. But that still is a pretty big cost that you would get to finance into the cost of the house instead of buying it and financing it a different way. So that's really nice. And a lot of people really like this. So I think this might be a really good buy for someone who wants something a little bit further out there. Still wants a few neighbors, but who probably feel the same way that you do about like other people and being in town, etc. So I think that this is a really cool little spot. All right. Let's move. Oops, I always do that. I need to uncheck this. Otherwise I can't find it, or I can't find it as fast on my map. Some of these are in Oklahoma City, and I don't really do a lot of Oklahoma City stuff. So I'm going to go past that. Do you guys know about War Acres? So there are actually 3 towns. Yes, 3 towns inside of Oklahoma City. One is War Acres, one is Valley Brook, and one is Nichols Hills. I think is the Village one? I don't know. I honestly don't know. I can't remember. But War Acres is one of those towns. And we'll be able to see it. It's way up here. Bethany, I think, is technically its own town as well. So this is War Acres. There we go. So these towns are very old, and they tend to still keep that small town feel even though they're inside of Oklahoma City. So this is a really large lot that is, let's see. So this is oh yeah, that's the school that's I think I know which school it is, but it's not coming to me right now. So this is Northwest 10th. So it's off Northwest 10th, and it looks like it has maybe a little bit of water on it as well. So this is War Acres. So if we look at this, looks like it may need a little bit of work. Sorry, I'm going super fast. That's how I roll as a realtor. So it's been a bit redone, but it probably needs a little bit of work. Has an interesting little fireplace there. Like, this is an older house. So this house was built in 1905. So 2 years before Oklahoma became a state. It is 1.5 acres in War Acres. That's fun. That's a fun thing to say. Yeah. I want to see where this water feature was. There. So it's got a little bit of water. So it has this pond. Yeah, that's a very wooded lot in the middle of everything. That's kind of cool. I mean, it would take a lot of work. And a house built in 1905 is amazing. It looks like it has updated electrical, which is nice. So yeah, that one's like I wouldn't say a diamond in the rough. Yeah, an interesting house. So that brings me to my next point. So this is one of the things I have on my list. Don't buy a weird house. Now, is this house weird? I would not say that this house is necessarily weird. It needs a lot of work. It's not weird. That's not what I'm talking about. When I talk about a weird house, I'm talking about something that like kind of stands out in a bad way, maybe. Like, maybe there's 2 toilets in the bathroom. Like, what is that? That's so weird. Maybe like, I don't know, it's underground. I've sold underground houses before. I think I've sold more than one. I have sold more than one underground house. There are just certain things that bring the price down on a house. So I'm not telling you that like having a crazy or strange house is necessarily a bad thing. Because someone has to buy them. But what I am saying is like, if you want to sell it quickly, if you want to buy a house and sell it after 5 years and it's weird and it sat on the market for a long time when you purchased it and there's something crazy about it, then don't buy it. But if you want to live there for the next 25 years, go ahead. Go ahead. There are strategies here to purchasing homes. So I think that that's very important. Okay. All right, moving on. I feel bad about having this. It's not weird. There's nothing weird about this house. There's just like a lot of space to it. Okay. Next, some of these I'm going to skip by. Like I said, if you want me to stop at one, just tell me. All right. Okay, let's do this one. So this one is $700,000. It's on an acre and it is in Goldsby and it's probably in, yes, Norman School District. So this is a homestead. Nice. I really like these little neighborhoods because they're beautiful. They are far from things. So let's take a look at that map and see where this one is located. So here we have the map. Oh my gosh, you guys. I like made it bigger for you, but now I can't see. I forgot to take that one off. That's what happened. It's fine. Okay. So here you see Norman. Okay. And south of Norman, we have 2 towns. There's Noble, and then on the I-35, there's Goldsby. And so this house is technically in Goldsby. So it's right here. None of these streets are very busy. You can see all the little ponds that happen here. So this one is the 3rd house in off of 24th. So it's a cute little neighborhood. And then a lot of someone commented today on one of my videos. Is it right here? About Selah. So Selah is another little neighborhood. I've filmed like a little bit in there. They're honestly, they get kind of weird about me filming. So I don't. But they have like a pizza place and a coffee shop and weird cows. But this is Selah's. This is this little neighborhood, and they have some really interesting homes in there. So there would be a pizza spot for you to eat at if you lived all the way out here. There's also other stuff too. But this is the third house in this little neighborhood. All right, let me move this. Okay. And then, sorry, it's hard for me to see. Here we go. All right, so this house is $700,000. It is 1 acre, 3,236 square feet. I do want to see how this house sits on the lot, but there probably are some drone shots, so we're going to wait for that. It is luxury. There is a gate, which is wild because the HOA is only $244 a year. That's really, really cheap. Really, really cheap. Cool. Yep, just a short walk to Pryor's Pizza Kitchen. All righty, let's have a look. See if someone's living here. I might need to go do a video of this one. Okay, so I really like how this sits in the lot. So you have a really big front yard and a larger backyard. And the lot is pretty flat, but it's not like completely boring. And like that it sits right next to everything else. So this is actually the second house in here. Not that this is another lot, I think, but I'm not sure that anything is being built on it. You can see the gate up here as well. These are just really cute houses. I think it's a really nice area. Oh, no one is living here. Hey! I might be able to film. We'll see. We'll see if I want to. I don't know. Let me know what you guys think. So I like the beams. These are very in right now. People are loving that kind of natural wood in their house. These are real wood floors or possibly engineered. It's hard to tell from here. Very like country like looking windows. The propeller looking fan. It's very nice. Okay. Has an upstairs, has a really big laundry room with a sink, a little side door. Oh, that's interesting. I couldn't tell. Oh, that's the master. So it has like a little cathedral ceiling in the master. How fascinating. And then let's see. Okay. So the upstairs is a large like living space or like a living room. And then like a little hall bathroom. And it looks like maybe a room as well, like a bedroom. It's hard to tell. So a 3-car garage. And here's the backyard. So, man, that patio is pretty small. That's what I would make a bigger patio than that, but that's just me. Oh, and there's a pull-through 3rd car, so that's really nice. You can see the aerobic septic system over here on the left. I do have an entire video about the septic systems and how they work. If you have a private one, you either have the aerobic or the typical septic tank. So I know all about them because I did a ton of research on them to make my video. And this house also has 2 air conditioners and furnaces. So 2 HVAC systems because you need it to heat that house. Oh, I like so it's got a side entry door. Yeah, so that goes into that laundry room. That's interesting. And then the front door as well. You can see how it sits in that lot. There is no fence, which isn't uncommon. People ask me this a lot, and it is not uncommon to not have a fence. It's just like some people just don't, or like maybe they put in, like I know this woman in one of the other neighborhoods that I've worked in and she has a fence, like an invisible fence for her dog, I guess. I think it works quite well. The dog didn't go past it. That's for sure. They were golden retrievers. I'm not really sure, but I like the look of this neighborhood because there's lots of trees, but it's still flat and people get that flat yard that most people are really looking for. So I think it's quite beautiful. All right, moving on. How many houses have we made it through? 14. 14 homes, you guys. How late are we going to go? I'm just kidding. We're not going to go that late. All right. So some of these houses, I don't usually work in these areas. So here's one that I'm going to point out. It's not weird. It's just different. And I hear this from people a lot. We don't have a ton of 2-bedroom houses, especially outside of Oklahoma City. So like inside of Oklahoma City, you might see more 2-bedroom houses because they're older. And sometimes in Norman, we have some, but we don't have that many. So this may be like one of those instances where it's like, it's it's cool and there's 2 bathrooms and that's awesome. And is it something that's like, how long do you want to live here? Because is everyone looking for a 2-bedroom house? Absolutely not. So that's kind of, a question mark. I did just sell a 2-bedroom house in Blanchard. It was on an acre. It sold for $10,000 over asking price, but it was still under $200,000, just like this one is still under $200,000. So, I just think it's just something to think about as you're purchasing, like, especially when, like, thinking through when you may want to sell the house in general. Okay, I saw this one come through. This one's in Asheville. I'm not going to go through that one. I think I will actually. Okay, so one of the things that I have on my list is that you don't want to buy the largest home in the neighborhood. And of course, you may want to buy the largest home in the neighborhood. That is fine. If you're going to live there for a long time, please buy the largest home in the neighborhood. It's not a big deal. I've done it for people. It's fantastic. But if you want to move in 5 years, I don't want you to do that. Thank you. And the reason is because it appreciates slower. Since it's like bigger, it's the other homes are kind of going to drag that price point down a little bit. And guys, if you have questions, please let me know. And I'd love to hear where you're from. If you're joining just now, that'd be great. But I'm just over here talking to myself about houses. Not a big deal. Here we go. So this home is in Asheville. I was just talking to a client the other day about this particular neighborhood, and lots of people asked me about it. It's really close to Tinker Air Force Base. So let's take a look at the map. Okay. So I have my mic like in front of my spot. That's why I'm like looking like a crazy person. Okay, so there's Norman. If I travel north, we have Lake Stanley Draper, which is in Oklahoma City. Oh, hello. Who is joining? Elisa. Yes, thank you. I'm so happy to see you. So happy to see you. Okay, so let's see. This house is up here. Come on. It should be there. There it is. Just couldn't see it for a second. All good. I just have there we go. All right. So here's Tinker Air Force Base, and here is this neighborhood. So this house is $420,000. I know for a fact that it's not the biggest house in the neighborhood. And let's take a look at the lot too, because some of these lots are weird in this neighborhood. Just, zooming in here. Yes, there is a road called Triple X Road. I read once where it's from. It's not what you think. I mean, most people say it's not what you think. Okay. So here's this lot. Oh, Elisa went to a grape growers and winemakers conference today. How'd you get hooked up with that? Oklahoma needs more grape growers and wineries. We do have 2 small vineyards out by 2 miles past my house, but that's interesting. Okay, good for you. So this house, you can see here that it is in this neighborhood, but it backs up to a different sort of area. So the house probably behind it, you can see, are a lot further away. So they're on bigger lots. So that's really nice. A lot of people do go ahead and really like that because it feels almost like a green space that's just for you, even though somebody else owns it, but the house isn't as close. So that's awesome. And Elisa says that she inherited grape stock. Okay. I haven't heard that one yet. So awesome. I'll have to hear more about that, Elisa, but we'll talk soon. Don't worry. Okay. So we are not buying the largest home in the neighborhood. This neighborhood does have some larger homes. This, fortunately, is not one of them. This is actually going to be one of the smaller homes in this neighborhood at 2,350 square feet. And it is on almost an acre. All of these homes in this neighborhood are on almost an acre. And then it is 420,000. 3 bedroom, 2.5 bathroom. And this one does have trees, so it's going to have trees in the back. I'll just show you those. So not a super like flat lot or anything, but not bad either. So it's a cute house. This neighborhood is shop approved. And sorry, I'm like burping. This neighborhood is shop approved. It is trying to see how it backs up there. So it's like through on the left there. It's like through those trees. It's gonna be yeah, just like a neighbor that looks like it's on like 2 or 3 acres. So that's really nice. Yeah, it's a cute lot though. I like it a lot. And yes, you can have RVs. It looks like you have to have them behind the fence. Very common in these areas as well. There's actually like an RV overnight camping spot like a mile from this neighborhood. So I think it's a Koa one actually. Okay. Moving on to the next one. Oops, I need to turn that off. My next point here is a converted garage. I've sold a lot of homes with converted garages, and some of them are done super well, and most of them are done super duper terribly. So, like this neighborhood, Hillcrest in Oklahoma City, I am in this neighborhood quite a bit. There's a rent house that we have in there, and a lot of these garages in here are going to be converted. This one is not, and that makes me really happy. The house that we own as well doesn't have a converted garage, so that's awesome. And this one actually looks like it's been pretty well updated, but I'm going to show you where it is here in just a second. Why are all of these crooked? What happened here? Thank you guys for joining us. Drop your questions if you have any. So this, I don't know why these are all crooked. That kitchen is tiny and they need a smaller refrigerator. Sometimes I get like super judgy. Sorry. Yes, Elisa, yours does have multiple conversions of garage space. That is true. So, oh, my cat's angry now again. Okay, a converted garage. So in a lot of these like this neighborhood specifically, we'll see the converted garage, and most of them are done, like I said, not super well. And so I'm going to show you where this is. So this is the South Oklahoma City house. So it's going to be over here. And I'm going to zoom in. It's going to be in this area right here. Did I mark it? Oh yeah, there it is right there. Okay. So this is still in very far north Cleveland County. Let me just make sure that I'm right on that. Yes. So any house that's in Oklahoma City that's in Cleveland County is going to be in Moore School District. So this one is in Moore School District. This is a really nice, I like this location a lot. There's a lot of like shopping and stuff around it. And if you work in downtown Oklahoma City, it's going to take you like 12, 15 minutes to get to work. It's also very close to the airport, which is also a very large employer here in Oklahoma. I never noticed the plane noise either. I don't know. If you do, yeah, just tell me. There's quite a few homes for sale in here. So this is Southwest 89th and Penn. So let's look at the location on this one. So you can see these are on city lots, so much, much smaller. I can't remember what this is. Oh, schools. It's a school something or other. So this one is very far. So we actually own a house on the street, but this one is very far in on this street, which is awesome. It means that like you're not going to hear any traffic noise. It's going to feel like a nice neighborhood. Like when I say nice neighborhood, it's going to feel like an actual neighborhood and not just like a busy street is right down the street. Another thing that's cool is like you see how this street curves. That's really great for the houses as well because it slows down traffic and it just makes it feel good. So I like that. So I think that's really great that they did that, and I hope that that house sells quickly and for a lot of money. Ah, okay. Let's see. All right. This one is in Norman. I'm not gonna go over it. This one is in that same neighborhood of the one we just went over. And let's go over this one. So this house, back to the point of like a weird house. This isn't weird by any stretch of the imagination. This is a house in High Meadows. I will show you where it is. And it's going to be the only reason I like make the screen so small is so I can see you, anyway. That's why. That's the why of this whole situation. So this house is right here in East Norman. I think it's a really good spot. I saw it when I went through the homes earlier today because I have someone looking in this price range and it doesn't fit them because they are going to be having more people in the house than just one or two. And I like it because it's, of course, across from my favorite place to walk, which is this little spot, Sutton, the trails. So this one's nice because 12th Avenue is a very busy street. Okay. But this house isn't next to it. It is 3 streets in. So that means that the sound's going to be a lot lower. And there are some, what's the word I'm looking for? Multifamilies. So like there are some duplexes and stuff over here too. But it will make it a little bit quieter. So that is really nice. All right, going back to it. But what makes it kind of weird is that it's a 2-bed, 1-bathroom. And it's kind of big for being a 2-bed, 1-bathroom. Big by, I mean, it's 1,084 square feet, which doesn't sound big, but it kind of is. So I hope as we look through this that the living room is really large. I really like that they painted the brick. I don't know. Let me know what you think. I'm not sure about the cedar siding because I know that it takes a lot of upkeep. So, I mean, we'll see. Let's see what they did in here. So that's laminate planking. They textured the ceilings because they had popcorn on them before. I don't think the windows are new. They wouldn't have covered them up like that. Let's see. We got the kitchen. I want to see the kitchen. Okay, the kitchen's a little smaller. They didn't redo the cabinets at all. Those are original. They didn't even, I mean, I see what they did with like not painting the doors. Like I think it's supposed to be a look. I don't know that the look works, but let me know what you think. It looks like granite countertops, but I'm not positive that it is. It kind of looks like Formica also. So it doesn't really matter. Like this neighborhood can carry Formica. It's totally fine. You kind of always want to do a roundabout what your neighbors are doing. It's a really large room. It's nice. Oh, they have an ADA bathroom set up here. There's a lot of water damage over here. I don't love that. This caulking looks really bad too. Ugh, yeah, the caulking's not great, but I understand what they're trying to do. I do. So this looks like a porch. And one thing you'll notice on houses like this is like an older house in Norman that it's going to have a much bigger lot. The newer houses have smaller ones. And that doesn't look like too old of an HVAC or an air conditioning unit either. I don't know. I feel okay about this house. The location, the 2-car garage, it's just 3-bed or 2-bed, 1-bath. Like that's, I wish it had, anyway, I can't change it. I don't own this house, but that is my opinion as a realtor. Oh, I forgot to take this off. Here we go. All right. We're going to This is interesting. I didn't look at this one earlier. I don't know how many photos it has, but let's take a look. So this is $430,000, 3 bedroom, 2.5 bathroom, 2,200 square feet. It is brand new. It is by this builder Showcase Custom Homes. I have never heard of them in my life. And it is City of Tuttle. And okay, all right. Let's take a look, and I'll look at the location with you after we look at the photos because I want to see. Oh. Okay, so the front. Why is this picture sideways? First of all, anyway, it's fine. I'm not gonna let it bother me. Do you like the brick? I don't like it. I don't like that it's black, but I'd love to hear your opinion. I think that red would look way better with this, but that's my opinion. So here's the interior. Okay. So it looks like the floors are like almost gray brown, and then they have this tan situation happening, which I love the kitchen. I think it's gorgeous, but I don't understand why they picked these floors. So I hope that doesn't bite them in the butt. We're gonna hide that. Oops. Does have a fireplace, is the necessity in these types of homes, has a cathedral ceiling that's not very large. In this, I'm just trying to see what type of floors those are. Really dark, really terrible photos, but I get it. I do. I get it. So that's going to have a standalone tub there. It's a robin's egg blue. I don't know if I would, that just seems so trendy to me. It's a situation of like, don't do weird things to your house. But maybe it's not weird. I don't know. All right. So here I can see, so is the master. Okay. So it's really a 4 bedroom. Okay. I don't know if I love the layout or not, but I get it. Okay, let's look at where this thing is, because I have not been out to Deer Ridge. And if you guys don't know where Tuttle is, I can show you. Here we go. So Tuttle is going to be out here. All right. So this one isn't all the way into Tuttle. Tuttle is way over here, and this house is up here. So that means that it's going to be a lovely drive up to the airport or Hobby Lobby if you happen to work at either one of those places. And I'm not talking about Hobby Lobby, the store. I'm talking about Hobby Lobby, the headquarters, because they're like over here. Okay. Woo! All right. So going back to the result here. So 430,000, 2212 square feet. Okay. Man, 430,000. I don't know. Seems like a lot. Pro pictures to follow. They probably should have done that to begin with. That's what I would have done. I don't know. I don't know how I feel about that one. Okay. I'm not a fan. We won't go over this one. Me and my husband were just talking about it. It's out here by our house, and they want $3 million for 25 acres, and I'm just really not sure how that's going to work, but we'll see how it works, right? Yeah, where it'll be amazing to see how that works. I'm going really fast again. Okay, let's talk about this one. So this is in Luther. No, it's on Hera. It's just confusing because it's Luther Road, but it's in Hera. It's still in Oklahoma County, but of course in Pottawatomie Township. So we're just all over the place with the names for this spot. So this is also in Choctaw School District, but it's in the town of Hera. That is so confusing. How fantastic. This is on 1 acre. Lots of people come to me and want a house on 1 acre, which is why I stopped on this one. I thought you might want to talk about it. So remember, we are looking for a house that has been taken care of, that is not the largest in the neighborhood. This one's probably not, because it's only 1,300 square feet. It's not weird, which I don't know about this one. We're also looking for a house that's not not next to roads, and we're looking for a house that doesn't have converted garage. So let's take a look. Sorry, I'm moving around a lot. So if the like sound is getting weird, it's because I'm like restless. I've been sitting here since 12 o'clock. It is 7 o'clock right now. So yeah, I have gotten up, but and my husband's getting dinner for me, thank God, because I'm starving. All right, so let's take a look at this. This does have a converted garage. We'll see how it looks. And then it was built in 1992. It is in Hera. I'm going to show you Hera. But it's Choctaw School, so it's going to be quite far in. So Hera is out here, right here. And then this is where this house is. So it's just on the other side of the Kickapoo. The Kickapoo is a really fun word to say, but it's also a Native American tribe here in Oklahoma. And in this instance, we're actually talking about a turnpike that connects I-40 to I-44. And it is the way that I get to my hometown, because driving through Oklahoma City when you don't have to is not ideal. So that is what that's for to me. And you can also drive 80 miles an hour on it, which is really fast. And I don't always do that, but you know, here we are. Okay. So it is near West Watkins. All right, let's take a look. Photo time. Oh, I don't know. I don't know about that. But the inside is really clean and nice. That almost looked like a bear for a second in the oh my gosh, almost looked like a bear. Oh, they have a gumball machine. That's fun. Okay, so they've got a swing in the living room, you know, whatever you got to do. Okay. Okay. They're a massage therapist. Awesome. And okay, so it looks like there's a little bit of wear and tear here on the cabinets, but otherwise clean and decently taken care of. Another bathroom, another bedroom. So this door is beaten up. So just something to keep in mind as you're looking at homes. This is the primary. And then the washer dryer. And it looks like we have maybe tile on our kitchen counters there. And original 1990s cabinets. Corner sink. Oh no, that's for Micah. It's just not done super well. And then it looks like tile on the floor, but I have a feeling it's linoleum. Oh. Great. Okay, I did not say it, Elisa. Like, that's why I got quiet. It was so creepy. Thank you for saying it. Oh, man. Okay, I want to see the outside. All right. So it looks like they have a good amount of space. Man, these trees they just lost their leaves quick, right? Okay. Definitely set back from the road a little bit. It does not have concrete. They got a lot of equipment out here. And it looks like it has like a little shed or something, but it's a really nice little piece of acreage. That's gonna be an easy hop on to get on the on the Kickapoo to get anywhere you want to go. So Lisa, just saying the obvious. It was obvious. I agree with you. It was obvious. Anyway. Okay, guys, I gotta go. Thank you so much for joining me. I hope that if you have questions, you'll drop them in the comments for me, and I will talk with you guys soon.